All right, our last video that we're going to be looking at tonight is finding the percent, and it's set up the same way as you've got your parts over your wholes right here. All right, so let's take this example. For this video, I am not going to put the proportion out here beginning. I'm just going to draw it, line equals line, with our 100. And let's read the problem. What percent of 65 is 13? So we're going to put 13 right here and 65 right here. We know we're looking for the percent because there's no percent sign in the problem. All right, so we're going to circle 13 times 100, and that gives us 65x equals 1300. And when we have one-step equations, our goal is to isolate that variable by itself. So we're going to divide both sides by 65. 65 divided by 65 is 1. So this side's going to cancel out. And we're left with x. And 1300 divided by 65 is 20. So 20% of 65 is 13. Now that new way that I showed you, let me draw the circle. I'm not going to put part and whole and all that in it either. You know, this line is divide, and this line is multiply. So we've got of 65, so the whole number went down here, is 13. The part goes here. So you have 13 divided by 65. That's what that means. And you're going to get an answer of 0.2. But we need to change that decimal to the percent. So we're going to move it over. So it's going to equal 20%. Our next problem, what percent of 12 is 27? So we're going to start off with line equals line and our 100. That's a given. Of 12 is 27. All right, so we've got 27 over 12. When the part is greater than the whole, you know your answer is going to be over 100%. So when your part is over the whole, higher than the whole, then your percent is going to be higher than 100. So we have 12 equals 2700. That equals right there. Again, we want to isolate that variable, so we're going to divide by 12. 12 divided by 12 is 1, so that's going to cancel this out. And we have x is equal to 225%. All right, and looking at it the other way, our of is 12, and our part is 27. So that means 27 divided by 12, and we get 2.25. But that's a decimal. So we want to move the decimal 2 places to the right, and that gives us 225%. All right, now our last example is a word problem. And let me go ahead and draw our thing out. Line equals line and 100. All right, Mr. Wright had 30 students in his class. Is that part or whole? That's the whole because he has 30 in his class. And then this next sentence, it's got an of, but listen to what it says. 12 of the students are boys. That's part of his class. So that would make that the 12. And we're looking for the percent again. So we're going to circle 12 times 100 so we can cross multiply. So we have 30x equals 1200. And then we're going to isolate that variable. So we're going to divide by 30. This cancels out, and that makes you have just x. And 1200 divided by 30 is 40. So the answer there is 40%. All right, and then Let's do this. Like I said, you can do whichever way you want. The whole is 30. The part is 12. So 12 divided by 30 is equal to 0.4. Move that decimal 2 places to the right, add a 0, and that gives you 40%. And this is the last in the video, and you do this, and then you'll have your test, post-test tomorrow. Any questions, feel free to ask.